Again, here is BB Walker. It's a part 2 of the sound modeling with Zoom G3Xn, the color monitoring, as for hearing, and some guitars that we'll be testing our patches. And with the last part, when the battery drained of the phone and I was unable to record further, we have prepared a nice patch for metal music. So let's continue this work and check what's going on up there. We'll be back in seconds. Alright, so we are back, and the last part, the description, the link is in the description. We have ended with this patch where we have this distortion called HD Frill Dynamics Limiter. We got this speaker for 12 with mic enabled, with some highs and lows cutted off. Let's go scroll down, down, down. We also have detune, which is enabled, disabled, optional thing, and we stopped actually on this reverb called Church. I will take the guitar. Let's hear what do we have here. So I think it's really nice. Let's take a look. What do we have else? Another reverb called ambience. Not very sound like a reverb. Pre-delay. It sounds like a closet room. Not very nice for me. Particle error. Wow. Here again. Strum stop. And all this sound is generated by this. Interesting, but actually not what we need. Chamber, very similar to this ambience before seconds. Nice. Color. It adds some distortion. Something like detune actually, about except this reverb, there's something else here. And here decay, balance, tone. Interesting, but I mean too fancy, too modern. Hold verb. Nice, very long, but doesn't. And okay, so after reverb, we have finished the section of reverbs. So we need to pick something. The church was interesting. More maybe this HDO. Okay, I think it could be okay. So, as I said, now we are scrolling up to another effects. There is also some power because we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take a look again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 effects now. So we have still 2 units, simple units, but not all we get put here because, as I said in the previous video about this entry video about this device, if there is no enough power for the processor to process the sound, the DSP will alert that the device is overflow, over whatever. I will try to make this process overflow, change effect, because you put too much, so only simple effects you could put at the end. So to build a superpower for metal rock, this part that we are building, we need at the end something with the pedal that we can use. So it could be wah effects, or volume pedal, we could attach them. So the volume pedal actually cuts the volume. It's interesting we're playing. So we get one or two more space, so let's add something. So as I said, if you go up from the beginning, this is the beginning, no signal straight, only line. If you go up, we start with compressors, distortion, and so on. And if you go down, you will start from the end of the list, and there will be loopers, if you rhythm, and these pedals. So if you want to go fast into pedals, you go down, 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 only a little bit positions, you pass loopers, and then you are in pedals. So you get, for example, this resonance pedal. Very nice. Flanger. Also very nice. What else? This is a little bit too cosmic. Roto, I mean, there's some like vibrato voice, like Tibetan monks. Sorry, not Tibetan. They are from Mongolia, I think, and they are doing this stuff with the voices. Maybe I don't remember. If you remember who they are from, actually, you can give a comment. Okay, so we get oscillating echo by the pedal section. So that's the weird. Reverb by the pedal. Delay by the pedal. So it actually means the pedal controlled by the the delay controlled by the pedal. Phaser. Yeah, it's nice, but too cosmic for me. And you, of course, could have a drive in a pedal, so additional drive. It's good for a clean sound, a clean patch. In the next video, we will be making the clean patch, and then you could use a pedal to give you the drive, for example, for soloing. But of course, you need to remember that you can only have one pedal effect on the chain in the patch. So actually, I didn't try to put two of them. The logic shows me that if I enable both of them, they will be both reacting. I don't even know if it's possible. We can change it for a second. But let's take a look at another of these pedal signals. So in this video we are ending our metal patch, and also we will be doing review of all the pedals effects. So if the pedal is pressed full, this vibration is low, but if you're pressing it, it starts to pushing up. Okay. This is pitch modulation, modification, whatever. Yes, also too cosmic. Another pitch. It's a VAC with some another power. I mean, the volume is too high. Chromatic. This one is really nice for distorted sound. Of course, you could put a VAC pedal at the end of the signal or at the beginning. So if it's here, all the effects go further, and then the wah wah is enabled. If you switch this, so you can hear now it affects everything. But I can show you how to change this. So we press menu, we go to chain, and we press this VAC, and we put it after limiter. Even at the beginning, before the drives, and we go back and try. You can hear the difference that if you put the before the drive, it actually only affects the income signal from the guitar, so clean signal, and then attach our distortion, limiter, speaker, the tune, and reverb at the end. So in my opinion, it's better to put the pedal, if we are talking about wah pedal, before the distortion and limiter. It doesn't modify the sound so much, but it's here. Nice. So we got this this pedal. If you want to delete it from the chain, you press menu, go to delete, select which one you want to delete. Are you sure? Press again, and we now go back to our sorry. Yeah, we are here. So our patch is distortion, limiter, speaker, then is detune, and HD alt, which is the reverb. And we want to add something as a pedal, so go at the last position, press, and we got here this new space. So let's go down, down, down. Fraser, we were here, black weather, pedal volume. This is what I was looking. So actually sometimes you just want to mute the guitar, or for example you want to play the rhythmic version in a half of the pedal, I mean the half of the volume. So playing, and then you want to go to soloing part, so you're pressing it. Of course you can do some switching on the guitar itself, but if you want you can have it on the pedal. So volume pedal, another reverb are too much for our device. So let's summarize all this video. Let's make some final speech. We have prepared this patch, which is actually pretty big patch. Drive, limiter, speaker, detune, which is enabled or disabled. Yeah, I think it's now with soloing enabled is the tune. And then we got reverb, and at the end we got the volume pedal. Now we will save this patch. Actually, if you leave this editing patch mode into browsing mode, you have this patch saved automatically here, because this options is in menu and by default it's enabled. You can go to setup. Sorry for the guitar. You can go to setup and change this autosave here. But I would like to rename, this is master volume, I would like to rename this this patch. So we need to enter it, press menu, then we have patch, and if we enter the patch, as you can see now, we can go here and make some renaming. Actually, all these other patches are called empty, but they are here. Let's call them B BB5 BB50 menu, and it's actually called the BB50. Sorry. Okay, so I will put this. I will export this patch. I need to connect to a computer by USB, and I will give you this BB50 metal patch. If you like, you can use it. But the whole idea of this movie was to show you how you could go and start with composing your own patches. It's a very cool activity. I think you can familiarize, you can know much more about your device, and it doesn't matter if it's this cheap one Zoom, you could use it on Camper or any other multi effects device, because actually the idea behind this modeling sound is exactly the same in all producers. So it doesn't matter which one you have. Actually, modeling sound for the guitar could be like this. This is of course my school. There is no book on this. Every guitarist has his own I don't know idea, process, and the procedure for doing it. I was experimenting with this many hours. I don't even know how much, but maybe 100 hours. It's a lot of time which I spent with this to know more about each effects, how they could be put together, how they affects the chain order. Because you know, if you put the limiter before the distortion, you will have another effect if you switch the places. There are a lot of experimenting. Here I have shown you some basic start. Maybe you of course have some modification to your own procedure, your own school, how to use it. The tip that I would like to give you is to use a studio monitor, Rocket, Kali, or Adam, any producer. I don't want to advertise any particular, but it's good to making sound modeling or good speakers. Professional studio monitors is good. They are not very expensive. One monitor, I don't have even the pair. I have one, and I could connect it. Of course, you can use the headphones. I have this AKG headphones, but it's not comfortable for me sitting hours and hours and doing some experiments with this device and having headphones on my head. So I prefer to have this on the speakers loud, so I can hear the difference, this details, and then I decide what to do. So in the next video we will try to do some nice clean patch, but in this video and the part 1 we have, if I remember, go through all the Strom box effects that are built in, except this combo big simulation of the whole amps. I'm not touching it because I'm not an expert in amps, this old school vintage amps. I'm not an expert, so actually I don't know what to set up it. but I think the idea why they put there, because if someone have used this analog amp years ago, now he have the simulation in here, so he knows which knobs do what, and then what to do with the rest. But I am personally, I prefer to make this sounds modeling from small pieces. I mean, not all in one box. I don't know what to do. I'm making some knobs. I prefer understand the sound, so I understand the modulation, I understand the delay, the compressor, how they work. So small pieces, parameters, and then checking how all of stuff works together. A lot of experimenting in speakers, mic on, mic off. Of course, you can use also these equalizers to have some graphic modeling of the frequencies, so cut down some mids range, etc., etc. Actually, there's a lot of possibilities, so I'm not stop talking, and I encourage you to experimenting by your own. Of course, you can give me your experience in comments, and we can discuss, exchange our experience. So thanks again for the part number 1 of this video, and part number 2, and this is the final part number 2. So thank you for reaching it. It was quite big movie, those 2 parts together, a lot of hours, minutes. So see you later and have a nice day. It was BB Walker. Please refer to my channel and good luck.